Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. I'm Dewi and my student's number is 182122079. Here, I would like to share my research proposal about the correlation between students' ability in listening to English songs and students' English vocabulary mastery. But this research is still unfinished, so I just share the drafting of my research proposal. English is a global language. English is one of the dominating language in the world, and it is important to be learned in language learning, especially English. We recognize for skills, namely listening, speaking, reading, and writing. According to Sari, Nuhung, and Hastings in 2013, listening skill is considered as the basic skill that needs to be improved since it provides the oral input that serves as the basis for language acquisition and enables learners to interact in spoken communication. When listening to an English song, sometimes people feel enjoy and comfortable, and people can hear it while they are doing another activities. In another view, sometimes people are curious about the lyric. In order to get what the singer says, they can listen carefully, so it will help them to sing the song while listening and enjoying the music. While they do not understand the meaning of the lyrics, they would be familiar with the words from listening to English songs repeatedly. They would find out the lyric and the meaning. As a result, it may indirectly improve their vocabulary. This study was taken because in reality, most of students still find difficult to enrich the vocabulary and memorize the word as well. They would eventually lose interest in learning if they didn't know how to broaden their vocabulary. One of the reasons may be because in boring and inefficient way that they learn vocabulary. The next is research question. Is there a significant correlation between students' ability in listening to English song and students' English vocabulary mastery? And the next, operational definition. There are 2 points. Listening to English song, according to Russell in Hasyuni 2006, cited in Sari et al. 2013, said that listening skill is listening with comprehension, attention, and appreciation. Then listening activity needs integrating skill of language such as pronunciation, vocabulary mastery, writing, speaking, and reading. And second point, vocabulary mastery. According to Hatch and Brown in Nugroho 2012, cited in Savitri et al. 2019, state that vocabulary is the foundation to build languages, which plays a fundamental role in communication. The aims of this study was aimed at investigating the correlation between students' ability in listening to English songs and students' English vocabulary mastery. So I want to find out about how far listening to English songs can improve students' vocabulary mastery. And the use of the research through this study might be helpful in learning and teaching vocabulary through songs, because song can create relaxing and enjoyable atmosphere in classroom. Songs are also easy to get and find anywhere and anytime. Songs is one of authentic material. Therefore, to improve students' vocabulary, students should be selective and careful in choosing the songs. When we learn language includes English language, there are 4 skills that we need for complete communication. Usually people to listen first, then to speak, then to read, and finally to write. And you may read the definition on the slide here. In language learning, particularly English, learning vocabulary is the most important thing. As Kusniarek 2016 said that vocabulary is fundamental to foreign language teaching, because without adequate vocabulary, students cannot only express their own ideas but also comprehend others. And another sources you may read on the slide here. Based on these statements, vocabulary is the most important component in learning a language, especially English. In order to make people able to speak, listen, read, and write fluently, Without vocabulary, we cannot speak, write, or comprehend what we read, listen to, and we may face some problems to have a communication with others. There are a lot of ways to enrich vocabulary, and one of them is listening English songs. We can assume that listening English songs can be used to teach student vocabulary because it is related with the words or lyrics found in English songs. According to Millington 2011, songs can provide the opportunity for vocabulary practice. And according to Quantitative 2016, benefit of using songs in English classroom is that they contain linguistic information. For instance, items of vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar. In addition, if songs are used in class, students can learn new vocabulary or improve their pronunciation, and teachers should use English songs as authentic material to improve the vocabulary of the students. And the next is research method. This research uses the correlation method by using quantitative research approach. This research used two variables. The variable X or independent was the student's ability in listening to English songs, and variable Y or dependent was the student's vocabulary mastery. And the next is population and sample. The population that used in this research is the third semester students of the English department of Sri University, and in order to determine the sample, this research use random sampling method and choose 20 students randomly to be the sample of the research by taking 4 students each class. Time and place of this research between January and February 2020 in English department Sri University. And research procedure, there are two kinds. The kind of test I use two English pop songs to test the student and play 3 until 5 times. Some words in the songs were related. The student had to fill the blanks according to the songs they heard. And the songs that I used were Just Give Me a Reason by Pink and More Than This by One Direction. The test consists of 40 multiple choice items, and it was divided into 20 items of verbs, 10 of nouns, and 10 of adjectives. And I gave 1 point for each number. If the student answer 40 items correctly, they will get a 100 score. And the kind of non-test I use open questionnaire. Open questionnaire could provide more additional information than closed questionnaire. I use it to get data about students' difficulties in doing the test given. Then the questionnaire consists of 5 items. The student answered the question by explaining their opinion, difficulties, and problems they found in doing the test. And data collection, to collect the data from the participant, I use 2 instruments to get the data, test and non-test. The test consists of listening and vocabulary test, and non-test is open questionnaire. And data analysis, the statistic was used to analyze the test of listening and vocabulary mastery. To compute the score of both tests, I apply the formula proposed by Sutomo as follows. You may see the formula on the slide, and you may see the table of Pearson product moments correlation to find out the correlation of both variables. Statistical analysis here. Next, I measured the relationship between the 2 variables to find out the 2 variables have a correlation. And I use Pearson product moments coefficient of correlation, and the formula is, you may see the formula and the detail here on the slide. And to interpret the result of coefficient value of the correlation of the variables, I use criteria for evaluation and interpretation of correlation coefficient, and you can also see on the slide here. And also here are the references of this research. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. I'm so sorry if I made a mistake. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.